Hey Clashes, the deciding match between Tribe Gaming and only Bitzinger. Because whoever is going to win this is going to join the other 4 qualified teams already in the next weekend for a lot of prize money. Whoever is going to win this is going to make it. And this match, a lot of things are on the line. We have Tribe Gaming starting things off with Picastro getting the Royal Champion charged with the Root Riders. He likes to bring the Rage Tome quite a bit, which is going to be, I think it's kind of surprising. I prefer personally the Healing Tome more, but I'm always willing to learn and see what those pros can do with those couple of small twists to those strategies. As well, interesting is the Angry Jelly on the Archqueen, so he's going to try to have an even better funneling with the Archqueen. That is my assumption here. The same as the King with the Earthquake Boots and not with the Snake Bracelet, which is otherwise so popular for the pros. Right now, though, the pathing looks solid. If the Root Riders are going to the right side for the remaining troops, are they going there? Yeah, I guess most of them. He's trying to redirect them with an Invis, which works. But the Ice Golem is freezing them up, actually makes the Invis spell somewhat wasted, which is really unfortunate. So he has lost 2 Root Riders, opened those compartments, but still lost them in the process. The Archqueen on the top right side, perfectly funneled with the wall opening. Really nicely seen there from him. With the King now down here, taking down this compartment, especially now with the Spiky Ball. And as well the Earthquake Boots, he should get great value. But in the core, we can see it already. The troops are slowly disappearing. Red Mine Farm, though, is triggered, and now it's all about the backhand. Royal Champion ability, the Rocket Spear is activated. The King is trying his best to take down 1 or 2 more key defenses. But it's now all about this top side push. The Queen nearly back to full hit points with the healers behind, with the passive healing of those equipments as well. And now, can he push all the way through? There's nothing out of range anymore. The Archqueen can, in theory, reach everything. The Rage Aura, though, is gone. The defending King is joining here. He needs to maybe freeze it. No, he hasn't had Hunter, so there's no freeze needed. The freeze instead is of the Ice Golem. And everything relies on this Archqueen with the few Yetis. Are there any more of those Black Mines? And as well, how much can those Super Barbarians help him to push with the back end? There's nothing else left in the corners. Only this rest of the base is alive, and everything is coming down to the last couple of seconds. The freeze should help them push across and get this first 3-star for a Tribe. Get them the first 3-star in this elimination match, which is in the lower bracket of this qualifier. And indeed, he should be able to make it because there's 12 more seconds to go, and only, at this stage, 1 building to go. And it's the 3-star indeed. Tribe Gaming pulling ahead early. But hey, it's just the first attack, so anything can happen. Andy is in, and we're having the healing spell again, which means another Rage Tome. Well, so far I've seen plenty of fails, unfortunately, with this equipment. And we have just seen Picastro being one of the first one, which I have personally seen with the Rage Tome, going strong. So the question now is, can he pull this off? This entry, by the way, is pretty much the same entry versus this base every single time. I have now casted the last couple of matches for a Tribe, and every single time we have seen this opening, and every single time so far the base has defended. Can ND be the first one to crack the code versus this base? Typically, people have so far entered into this merged cannon and in from the left side, and both times it did not work. Can he be the first one to somehow get the 3-star in here? It would be so crucial for them to follow up with Tribe early on and get their 3-star in, because those 2 teams, it's going to be a really crazy showdown. They have went so far in this competition, and they're 1 win away of making it to the next weekend stage. We have the Overgrowth to create this pathing into the core. The Royal Champion, though, is now activated with her ability, which is not optimal because she's not under any protection whatsoever. And this means as soon as the Overgrowth is over, this Royal Champion is going down right away. And typically the Royal Champ is the main force, the main power behind those Root Riders. And this is going to be devastating for him. So, you can see it, Royal Champion going down, and this is really not optimal for ND. The Root Riders are now coming in there, but he has many tanks, but not many DPS troops in the mix, I feel. It's mostly Root Riders, and they don't deal as much damage. As well, the Giants are not helping that much either. Instead, Archqueen with the Giant are now trying to follow up and somehow join the party and help them. The same as the king on the outside. There goes the Invis. The big difference between the Healing Tome and the Rage Gem is the Rage Gem, if you can keep the Warden alive through the entire attack, it's a massive advantage. But he's just going down so quickly, and this is again the same story, and this base is just keep defending and defending. It's every single time the same opening. Every single time we have seen the same Royal Champion charge versus this base, but it just keeps defending. It is crazy. It's always something left on the back end. I have not seen a single Root Rider attack get this base down, and it just feels like the impossible base for Root Rider attacks, and indeed, it's yet another pro failing this base. And it's now back to Tribe. Can they get 2 or 3 stars back to back, or are they going to get their first 2-star? Nibrax loves his dragons, and he is going in with them again. We have the king this time around with the Angry Jelly. Pros really like this Angry Jelly to really push the Royal Champion into a specific direction with the Archer Queen, with the king, to make sure the Royal Champion is going further into the core. This is exactly what they're looking for. So, is it going to be the same story here again? We have the Royal Champion Invis right here early on, and he would love to take down this entire value here. But he's trying to somehow avoid this Giga Bomb. This is what I'm assuming here. Or is it actually, is that the goal? What exactly is the plan looking like? I'm wondering, because the Fox is not going to survive this Giga Bomb. There's the explosion. Actually, the Fox barely survived. But if there's any more traps now, this Fox would go down. Okay, now the Fox is gone. He's using the active ability of the Royal Champion, speeding into the middle of the base. Another Invis in there. And the Monolith could be up next, depending on where the Royal Champion is going. Nope, it's the Minion Prince first, which is not a bad target either. Don't get me wrong, but the Monolith would be the main target for sure. And it's not going there. Perfect Invis. Oh, can you take that out? That would be so crucial. Another Invis. Come on, come on. Can you make it? Yes! The Monolith is gone. That is huge for Nibrax, but he has already invested a lot of time in here. Now the King. The King was not meant to be for the Royal Champion as I was expecting. Instead, he's just here for taking down outside defenses. The problem, though, is this tornado trap. That is really, really backfiring. And I'm sorry, because there is the Ice Golem really defending that King. Oh my goodness. Okay, that King got 0 value. Both of those air defenses surviving. Wow, okay. That's rough. Now the Warden ability to get the blimp towards the Town Hall, flying all the way across, and the Town Hall should go down, especially now with the Rage together. But those Ice Golems really costing him a lot here. Town Hall going down, though. Is it going to be enough? The first air defense is gone. That is good news for him. Minion Prince still has the ability to go across and freeze some of those defenses. But the Minion Prince is now going to the outside. The perfect angle is needed. Hopefully onto this export to go across here for those defenses, I guess. We will find out in just 1 second. Come on. Maybe now. I think now is the part. He has to use it now, right? He is not using it just yet. The Minion Prince will go to the outside now. Oh. As soon as on the air defense, maybe? Okay, there we go now. The backend, he's trying to reinforce with other troops. The Arch Tower is gone, the Bay Dragon is there, but time is the issue. It's 18 seconds. The percentage are climbing higher and higher, which is for sure good news for a tribe, because they would keep their percentage lead, even if only Badz would 3-star. But with the Red Mines, it feels like that not only the time is the issue, but as well the power in total. And this is going to give only Badz their first defense, a 92% 2-star. And now it's up to them to at least tie things up on stars. Dawn is in, and we're seeing another Royal Champion charge with the Root Riders. And again, the Rage Tome. That is surprising. We're seeing so many Rage Tomes right now. It's interesting, that's for sure. I feel like, especially in the hard mode, it is so easy for the Warden to go down. So it is there's a huge risk involved of actually using this equipment, because you only get value out of it if you can keep the Warden alive, and typically he goes down somewhat quickly. The Giant Bombs are taking down the Fox, and all of those Giant Bombs are triggered as well. I guess the good news for him is that those traps mean that they won't come back. Instead, he's going now into the town hall, into the bomb tower. That's exactly where this bomb tower is located there. The Yeti with the Archer Queen to take down the other side to funnel everything into that town hall section. And we have now the freezes for the later stages. We have the Rage Gem boosting everything up, keeping everything up, and now the healing spell. I guess it's not the worst, but I would have used it maybe later in the core. But again, I'm typically not using the healing spell with this equipment, so I'm not an expert on using that whatsoever. I would have just assumed to use it when you're under raged up multi-inferno towers maybe, but you see he has the Eternal Tome ability right now, and this is where he can delay things quite a bit because of the healer spell, which is good news for him. But when is he going to use that ability eventually? Royal Champion can be still covered with that and protected, which he has to do soon. There we go. We now have to make sure that this Royal Champion is using her ability to stay safe because those defenses are being in range of her. There goes the ability now. He's getting some, she's getting some recovery, but the multi-inferno tower is on her, so he has to be really careful about protecting her. He has that invisibility spell. He's going to use it there. Wow, last second. The cannon has to go down. The cannon has to go down, and it is going down indeed. We have now the Tornado Trap delaying things even further. The King ability can be still used. But guys, I think actually that this might be not enough power, even though there's a lot of troops. It's mostly giants, which won't do that much in this current position, especially the multi-inferno tower that wouldn't stay alive for a long time, but now going down. The wall break, though, being a really big clutch factor, getting the Queen access towards the core, and that Sneezy, oh my gosh, the Sneezy is just wrecking that multi-inferno tower. Sneezy to save the day for Sean, and this is looking like the first 3-star for only Badz. Sneezy, such an MVP here, getting that multi-inferno tower out, and this means it is the first 3-star. Both teams are now tied up on stars, only percentage being the difference maker, and there's still plenty of attacks left. Rikiris is in, and we're seeing another king with the Angry Jelly, and again with the Rage Vial and the Gauntlet. Okay. We have as well a Blimp, it seems like, to push that Royal Champion further into the core. But the Blimp is not getting that much value, or is it? The Blimp did not get far enough into the base, so it did barely get any value whatsoever. I think he for sure was hoping for more value here. But this is rough. This is not easy whatsoever, so he has to invest that. No chance. Okay, she's still going to the core. I was about to say, so unfortunate that the skeletons actually distracted her, but nice usage of those spells here. Monolith is going down. Rikiris with the perfect usage of those invisibility spells. Now the Earthquake with the haste ability as well. Great value so far. Really nice recovery, even though the Blimp really was not the biggest and greatest factor here. But this still means he doesn't have the siege for the back end. Royal Champion running out of it, which means he does not get another building. There's still plenty of base left. I am not sure if there was enough value whatsoever, but he's approaching that Super Dragon first. He has to take that out. We're having the Inferno Dragon versus Super Dragon, and typically the Inferno Dragon should win this quite easily, except if it's resetting. Okay, it's resetting. Okay, now it's finally staying still, so the Inferno Dragon can do the job and completely roast it alive. And now we have the dragons approaching the base. The back-end Fire Spitter was taken care of. This is why he's picking this side. We have the King with the Angry Jelly moving into this compartment to create this pathing, create this space for the dragons to move further into the core. Now it's all about this core setup. The one thing, though, which I really don't like is this Town Hall when it's still alive for the dragons. Without the Healing Tome, this can be really rough news. Those dragons can go down so quick. But this Dark Orb ability was amazing to cover the entire backend, scatter, multi-arch tower, and as well the air defense. Perfect usage of that hero ability. But the backend still looks strong. This air defense is looking really rough. He has 2 rocket loons, but how is he going to approach it? How is he going to get that in there? He has to use now the rocket loons at the top side, and the dragons just disappeared. The percentage are not that great either. The Minion Prince has that. Yeah, the recovery option of the Phoenix, but Guys, this is not looking good for him. The one dragon down here might be able to pick up some more percentage. Nope, it is really low on hit points as well. So overall, this is not going to be the greatest attack on percentage either. Kind of somewhat on the same note as what we have seen earlier from only Badz, but they have now the chance of increasing that percentage and as well getting the second 3-star, and this would be bad news for a tribe. This attack in the end finishes around 90%, to be more specific, 89% 2-star. Now it's up to only Badz. Ninja is in, and he is going in with the dragons as well, and as well with a ton of invisibility spells. Right now he has the Flame Flinger selected, but I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be the final siege which he's going to run. Instead, right now, he's just going for those outside buildings, trying to redirect the Royal Champion towards the Expo and then further into the core. There goes the next Invis. Ooh, yes, be careful. Another Invis has to be deployed. And now redirect the Royal Champ to the core. Exactly that. Oh, that is a lot of invisibility spells which he has to invest. He is down to 5 spells already. Haste has not been used just yet. That is confusing. Okay. Haste is now another... He wanted to get the monolith. I mean, so many spells had to be invested to somehow get the Royal Champ in the right place. If that 3 stars, I would be shocked. I mean, the sweeper is there, which is somewhat pointing to that direction. This opening did not go to plan whatsoever, I feel like. Oh my gosh, that is rough. That is really looking rough for him. Rocket Loons are invested to create the pathing and create the funneling, but a quite big group of dragons went to the outside, so he's relying now on the rest of the group of those dragons. He is using the healing tome, which I again prefer a little bit better, but the Flame Flinger is still getting selected on the far right side, which is nice value overall, but still. And now we're having the queen. This queen, by the way, was annoying for the Royal Champion and as well annoying for the dragons. Oh my gosh, that is just... Yeah, we're seeing the henchman puppet as well. Otherwise, kind of somewhat classic, considering that he's using the Angry Jelly here. That's why we have the invisibility vial, just the common combination here. But yeah, those dragons are just going down so quick. I guess the tribe attack, and as well now for only Badz the attack, they just did not go to plan whatsoever. Which means we can just, I think hopefully both teams as well can just forget about them and can recover and get some great next attacks in. Because they have started quite strong, both of them, in getting those early 3 stars in. But they have to follow things up now. This as well is going to go somehow maybe close to 80. Is it going to be 80%? The super minions are trying their best and... Nope, it is standing, but there's one more building to go down. So it's a 79% 2-star for Ninja. Which means the percentage is not really great either. So Tribe still has the lead here. Kronos, back to ground. We have seen enough air. We're back to ground now. And this is going to be a Royal Champion charge for the scatter compartment, it seems like. To create the spacing then later to get the follow-up with the lock launcher for that monolith. At least that is what we are seeing right now, which he's setting up. We have already the Archer Queen deployed. Recall. But he's not getting the scatter. He tried to do too many things at the same time. As he's using the Earthquake to snipe the scatter. Smart play right there. Really nicely done. But he has to be careful with this merged cannon. Ice Golems and a free spell saving the day for him. But the king is getting targeted right away. So he has to be again careful with that monolith. Okay, the monolith now taking some shots versus the siege. Going down, but the Yeti Mites should get the job done there and create that pathing which is needed to get those troops into the core. But the Root Riders have to do the next job. The Royal Champion, as we have seen earlier, lost already her ability because the recall was just a tiny little bit too late. We have the Archqueen ability for the core. The core Inferno Tower is going down, and that is huge news for him. But the Town Hall... The Town Hall has to go down, and I'm just a little bit too scared right now for the Town Hall because, guys, that thing just got overgrowth. I am... Oh my goodness. This Town Hall has to somehow go down. I don't know how. I don't know why. but something has to attack it. And I feel like the Root Riders are just bypassing it as we're speaking. The Archer Queen is going down. The Loons are going there. There is the freeze. Nothing is going there. He has some Super Barons. He's redirecting them. No, Kronos, you're not doing this. You're not doing this in this elimination match. We have Sneezy on the Town Hall. We have the Super Barons on the Town Hall. The second star has to be secured. The Giant is walking back, getting the Town Hall down. Finally, thank goodness. And now we're having the Root Riders trying to open some more compartments for the Giant to deal some more damage. But this attack is far, far from being a 3-star. And it's going to be another defense for only Badz. It feels like both teams are struggling right now. I mean, we have to say as well, they have played plenty of matches back-to-back, or at least Tribe has done that already today. And you can see it. You can see it right here. They are struggling with their attacks. They've started strong, but this one is a 2-star, roughly 77%. And now it's back to only Badz. But percentage-wise, we can see already, as long as they don't 3-star, Tribe is going to lead in percentage anyways. Demo is in, and we're back to Dragons. It's just ping pong between Dragons and Root Riders. Back and forth between those two. And this is going to be back to the Dragons. We have the combination with the Overgrowth. And we have as well... Yep, there we go. The Royal Champion charge. But she's stuck right now on the Barbarian King. So he has to turn that King invisible, because that Royal Champion will take forever to get through that hero. The Overgrowth, making sure that she's redirected towards the Town Hall. But he has to be careful as well, because the Town Hall has to go down before the Overgrowth is back up. Otherwise, he's not going into the core like this. This is where he would like to go. So the timing now is... Oh, perfect. And he is... Okay, he's getting the job done with another Invis. But this is heavy investment right here. He still has 5 invisibility left, but he has to fight versus the Kleincaster as well. He has to cross his fingers that he's not going for the Ice Golems, instead going for the next defense. He has to turn them invisible. That's exactly what he does right now. First freeze is activated though. At least the Furnace... yeah, it's gone. Another Invis. 2 more to go. Oh my gosh. 1 more to go. She has the Fox. Okay, so that went down. Is he going to get the multi-Infernal Tower as well? What is the rotation looking like? No. But multi-Infernal... Not even close, baby. Okay, so getting the multi-Infernal Tower as well. Now we have the King and Siege Barracks on the far right side with the Snake Bracelet. And we have now the other heroes. And the Warden, obviously from the top right. He has some of those Rocket Loons for the backup. I assume maybe for air defense on this left side or as well on the bottom side. Let's see what exactly he's going to snipe with it. But otherwise, this looks quite solid as an opening. The time is the biggest factor. And this is why you're splitting those 2 groups with the King at the Siege Barracks and as well the Dragons then on the other side. So everything is working at the same time to take down this base from different angles and make sure that time is not a factor. As I was expecting, air defense on the top left is taken care of with those Rocket Loons. We have the bottom side getting funneled with the Snakes and the Siege Barracks. We have... Interestingly enough, okay, more of those Fire Mites joining, but this time on the offensive side. Fire Spitter should go down any second. He still has the Minion Prince ability, but right now he's not looking in a good direction whatsoever. Black Mites are keep hitting his troops. And this air defense, he would like to have it slowed down with the Minion Prince, but he's just not looking to the right direction. It's just so annoying for him right now to not being able to activate that ability. I think right now... As soon as this Gold Mine is gone, now we can activate it finally for him. And if time is going to be enough, it's fine. But time is so close. Time is ticking. 8 seconds. Can he make this work? 7 seconds. The Furnace have taken it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Demo getting the job done. A 3-star is here. And this means you can see it. 1 star and a 1 building lead for only Badz. And Tribe Gaming has the 3-star now. And hope for a defense. This match gets really close now. Temper, can you pull this off? That's the question. I mean, wait, 2 Earthquakes? He's going with the Fireball? Oh my goodness. Okay. In the Fireball, if you get great value, it is such a nice feeling to get that right. But if the Fireball is going to the wrong direction, oh no. Wait, is he going to turn those 3 invisible and then Fireball? I mean, I was close. Not really, but I was close. Wrong side, wrong target, wrong base, but I was close for my plan, right? I mean, that plan would have actually looked good, right? Would have taken down the Giga Bomb, all of those stuff. Only one Invis. I mean, obviously there could be a Tesla, but hey, who cares? Well, whatever. He's choosing to go from the top left, like from the left side. But how is this going to work? We have a lot of traps going on early on. This was the Royal Champion bait. We have now the heal spell, which is used early as well. But I mean, those heal spells, for me, it's mostly for the healers, because the Root Riders are not benefiting that much. What is it? I think 2,400 hit points recovery or something. It's not the craziest amount, and I'm not a fan of this overgrowth. The reason, I think I would have overgrowth those defenses, but never this multi-Inferno Tower. The reason why I'm not a fan is because, okay, the king is going anywhere completely different. But if the Inferno Tower is waking up and the healers are around, they would just get melted right away. But, I mean, Earthquake Boots are quite nice here, not gonna lie. Royal Champion ability now. Is he going to be able to pull it off? If the Royal Champion can take down the Merge Cannon, that would be huge for him. Archer Queen going down. He has an Invis for the Royal Champion to be invested. But I just think there's too much. This backhand now, which I would have taken down, is still there. Obviously, it's like, not saying that my attack would have worked or anything. But I don't think it's going... I mean, he has now a Royal Champion, Warden Charge, right? Somewhat of a Warden Charge? Can the Warden survive all of the damage and take it out in 1 minute 30? That would be crazy. Having a Fireball Warden Charge turning into a Root Rider attack, turning into a Warden Charge again. Come on, Temper. Make this match interesting. I mean, if he 3-stars this would be so perfectly scripted. I mean... Oh my gosh. Yes, no spell. The Giga Bomb in combination with the Merge Tower. That is what I'm scared about. There's the wall break. He has to distract that multi-arch tower. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Okay, okay. I think he got it. I think he got it. Temper coming in clutch when his team needs him the most. What? What a crazy turn of events. I would have never expected that this would have been... I mean, I'm speechless. Let's just jump to the next attack, because Betzinger now... I mean, let me check the numbers. I think a 99% 2-star is a perfect tie. I will check the time. Let's just check the time quickly. Time is on... Okay, a 2-star 99 would win them the match because their average time is faster. Everything below 2-star 99 is going to lose them the match. Wow. Okay, let's find out. Dima is in. Can he clutch for his team as well? We just said it. 2 stars, 99 is going to win them the match. What a strange win condition. I mean, at this stage, it's just... You will go for the triple anyways, right? You cannot go for a controlled 99. I mean, except if you're me. I'm a master of a 99, but that's a different story. We are in here, hoping for the best for Dima. And let's see if he can pull it off. He already lost the Fox, which is really not good news for him, but he still has to somehow pull through and make this work for his team. This match, everything is coming down to this match, because it means whoever is going to win this is going to go indeed to the next weekend's qualifier. And there's so much on the line. $39,000 for this qualifier. On top of that as well, if you're getting the golden ticket, even more prize money. As I'm saying this, is the Royal Champ dead? She is dead indeed, so she did not get any of those defenses. The Merge Cannon, not the biggest deal, but the multi-Inferno would have been great to take down. Again, now we have the split of the Siege Barracks with the King, and on the other side, the Dragons. That is kind of the classic approach, how most of the pros are playing those attacks. Some teams prefer the Queen with the Siege Barracks, some teams prefer the King with the Siege Barracks. Both are perfectly valid, but on this one, well, those Dragons have to carry. This thing right here is going to be really scary, by the way. So, is he going to be able to overpower it? We have the Ice Hound, not the Ice Golem. Oh, is he going to push it into the Giga Bomb? So far, not. Now? Okay, it's going off. Not doing too much damage. Okay, but the Sweepers are so frustrated. I mean, take a look at that. They're both pointing into the direction of the dragons. This is the worst nightmare for dragons right now. And they're just getting melted. It looked like only Badz have lost this match. They were looking in such a good position. But Temper turning things around with this attack for his team. What a crazy, crazy outcome. We have the Henchman Puppet here again, but I don't think it's going to save it. The Sneezy is going down as well. He tried his best, but the Sweeper staying alive here was a big, big problem for him and his Dragons. The angle did not work out. He went into too many of those Sweepers. And I don't think it's going to get to the 99. This is the win condition. 99% 2-star. And he's not going to make it. And this means Tribe Gaming is going to win on percentage. 12-12. Only Badz is going to drop out of this month Worlds competition with this match. And Tribe Gaming is going to make it into the next stage. Barely. I mean, this match was so close. Only a couple of percentage points. You can see it right below me. But in the end, Tribe pulling it off. Tribes are winning it. What a crazy match. I hope that you enjoyed this. Back and forth. It was an insane close match. And thank you so much for watching as always. I hope I see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.